Hello friends, we'll move to our next topic or next numerical over there, that is the non-sway frames. We'll try to solve using moment distribution method over there. So your first numerical is given to you, that is a right angle bent is provided to you, that is ABC over here, and that you have to solve by using moment distribution method over there. Okay, loading we'll discuss over there. That is in span AB, that is the column member, a UDL is provided to you of 20 kilonewton per meter. Length of your span AB is 3 meter, and moment of inertia value is varying over here, that is given to you 1.5 I. Same way here in span BC, a concentrated moment at the center is provided to you of 16 kilonewton meter, and apart 2 meter from B and C, and moment of inertia value provided to you is 2I over there. Remember, like as your slope deflection method, in this method also you have to solve the non-sway frames as your beams only. There is no any step variation, nothing. You have to solve this same method that you are using for beams over there. Okay, so no any difference is there between the solution of beams and non-sway frames. In sway frames, your numerical or analysis method will get change over there, that is your shear equilibrium equation will come into effect again. Okay, so we'll proceed with this solution over there. Okay, so initial step, that is your first step, you have to calculate the decay over there. Decay we have calculated many times over there, so directly you can say that decay for this frame will be equal to 1. Okay, and which is that is your nothing but theta b, which will be your basic unknown value over there, which will be your basic unknown. Here I am writing as basic unknown, and basic known values, that is theta a and theta c, will remain 0. So these will be your basic known values. Okay, then we'll move to your next step, that is calculation of fixed moments over there. Okay, in calculation of fixed moments, the first member is your MF AB, next is your MF BA, MF BC, and MF CB over there. Okay, in AB member, a UDL is provided to throughout the length over there. So this fixed moments comes equal to minus WL square by 12, minus why I am considering, because restoring moment here will be again anti-clockwise in nature over there. You check that. See, for this UDL along point A, this will induce a clockwise moment over there, and restoring moment will be anti-clockwise. So that is why I am considering this negative. So W is 20, length is your 3 divided by 12. So 20 into 3 square divided by 12, I get that as minus 15 kilonewton meter. Same way BA you will get as plus WL square by 12, that will be your plus 15 kilonewton meter over there. Right. Next, for BC member, if you see loading is given to, that is a concentrated moment is given at the center over there. Okay, so for concentrated moment, this fixed moment value comes equal to m by 4, and same way for CB also it comes equal to m by 4, but difference is what, your both these values here it will come positive over there. Why? Because acting moment is clockwise in nature. If this acting moment is anti-clockwise in nature, both values will come negative over there. Here there is no restoring moment sign conventions you have to consider. Your sign convention is dependent on your acting moment direction over there. Okay, so this comes equal to m by 4 and m by 4, so that comes equal to m by 4, m is given to 16, so 16 by 4, that comes equal to plus 4 kilonewton meter, and this also comes your plus 4 kilonewton meter over there. Okay, you note down over here, that is if moment is clockwise, consider this as positive. If moment is anti-clockwise, you consider it as negative over there, simply. Okay, then the third is your calculation of distribution factors over there, that is just simply DF I am writing. Okay, so for DF, what you have to do is you have to calculate this in the table format. So first column, whatever you consider is the joints, second column, whatever you consider is the members, next is the relative stiffness K, next is the total stiffness summation of K, and last is DF is equal to K upon summation of K over there. Okay, again same concept you have to use. Which joints here you will be considering over here? The joints which are having 2 or more than 2 members over there. The joints which are having 2 or more than 2 members over there. So if you see, such joint are your A is your single jointed member, C is also your single jointed member, just B joint you are having two members, that is BA and BC. So only one joint I am having here which are having more than two or more than two members. So member is B and members meeting are, sorry, joint is B and members meeting are BA and BC over there. Now we check your capability of support over there. A is the fixed support, so obviously this will be a capable support. Also C is the fixed support, so this will be also a capable support. Now whatever support B is given to you, this type of joint are treated as your rigid joints. These type of joints are treated as your rigid joints over there. So rigid joints are always a capable supports over there. While explaining capable and incapable supports over there in your first lecture of moment distribution method, I have told you that rigid joints are always a capable supports over there. Okay, so that is they can resist a bending moment over there. So whatever supports are given to you, those are all capable. So your relative stiffness values, all values will be simply I by L over there. Now we'll check over there. First member, that is far end, is A, and in second member your far end is C over there. So for first member BA, relative stiffness will be equal to I by L, but for BA your I value is given to 1.5 I, so that comes equal to I, that is 1.5 I divided by L. L of member is BA is 3, so that comes equal to 0.5 times of I. 0.5 divided by 3 you get as 0.5. Same way for BC, again C will be your far end, that is the capable end over there. Okay, so for far end this comes equal to again I by L, but for BC here this I is given to you 2I and length is your 4, so this comes equal to I by L, that is 2I divided by L is 4, so 2 by 4 again comes equal to 0.5 of I over there. So if you calculate total stiffness, that comes 0.5 plus 0.5 equal to 1, and DF is equal to, for BA, 0.5 upon 1, that comes equal to 0.5, and 0.5 upon 1, that comes again equal to 0.5 over there. So this will be our distribution factors for BA and BC members adjoint B. Okay, now after this we'll move to your next step, that is step number 4, moment distribution table. Okay, in moment distribution table I have told you the first 4 rows are common, that is first is your joints, second is the members meeting this joint, third is the distribution factors, and the fourth row is your calculation of friction moment. So which joint you have to consider? All the joints in your complete beam or frame. So first joint is A, second joint is B, and third joint is here is C. Right, I'll write the members meeting joint AR, AB, members meeting joint BR, BA and BC, and for C only one member I am having, that is CB over there. Now distribution factors that I have calculated for BA and BC as 0.5 and 0.5 over there. Okay, so I'll write those over here. Distribution factor 0.5 and 0.5 over there. Okay, now friction moments that we have calculated for for AB I am having as minus 15, for B I am having plus 15, and for BC and CB I am having both moments as positive 4 over there. Okay, now after this what you have to do is you're applying the balance moment over there. But for balance moment what you have to check, is there any support incapable in your complete given structure or not. There is no any incapable support in this complete frame over there, so no need of balancing the moment. Directly what we'll be doing is the distribution of moments over there. Distribution of which moments you have to do, for which distribution factors you have calculated. So 15 plus 4, that comes equal to 19. So 19, that is positive nature, so distribution will be in opposite sign, so that will come minus 19. Okay, so 15 plus 4, 19, 19 into 0.5 and 0.5, that comes equal to minus 9.5 and minus 9.5. Distribution you have to do with opposite sign, so that comes here equal to negative over there. Okay, for single jointed member your this DF will remain 1, so distribution for that will remain same, so no need of distributing that. Next, after doing the distribution is what you have to do, the carryover. BA moment will get carried to AB, but A must be capable over here. Yes, it is capable, so this carryover is possible. Same way BC moment will get carried to CB over there, but C shall be your capable support. Yes, it is again capable, so this carryover is also possible over there. Carry over factor is your 1/2, so half of the moment will get carry over. So half of 9.5, that comes equal to minus 4.75. Carry over you have to do with the same sign. Here also it comes equal to minus 4.75. Now here you check, here there are no moments left over here for doing the further distribution over there. So if there are no moments, your table gets automatically stopped over here, because you cannot distribute these moments over there again. Okay, so your table gets stopped, and directly whatever values you'll get, that will be values of your final moments over there. So final moments you'll be calculating below this friction moments over there. So 15 and this minus 4.75 you'll get as minus 19.75. Same way 15 minus 9.5 we'll get that as plus 5.5. This you'll get as minus 5.5, and this you'll get as minus 0.75. Now we'll check conditions of equilibrium over there. We'll write this, I'll write this moments over there. This is your MAB, this is your MBA, MBC, and this is your MCB over there. Okay, we'll check the condition of equilibrium. It will be only at joint B, that is MBA and MBC shall come equal to 0. Check, yes, we are getting this 0, plus 5.5 and minus 5.5, that comes equal to 0 over there. Okay, so that your condition of equilibrium is also getting satisfied over there. Now we'll draw the bending moment diagram for this, that is BMD by superposition. Okay, sorry, I have drawn this extra line over there. This will be our A, B and C over there. Okay, now sign convention for horizontal members, that you know, negative, positive, positive and negative. Same way for vertical members, your sign convention are what? In this way, negative, positive, positive and negative over there. Now you'll check, this will be your AB member. So here moment you will get MAB, here you will get as MBA. So MAB, you are having minus 19.75. So minus it is, so it will be plotted on outward side over there. 19.75. Same way BA moment you are getting as plus 5.5, plus it is, so again it will be plotted on upward side, sorry, outward side over there. So this comes again 5.5. Now BC, that is your horizontal number. So here you will get MBC, here you will get MCB over there, right? So MBC, whatever you are getting, that is C, minus it is, so it will be plotted on upward side. Already it is done. Okay, and whatever CB value I am getting, that almost 0 I am getting, but somewhat value I'll write here, that is 0.75. Why I am writing this? Because this is a capable support. It will take some amount of bending moment over there. Okay, and just simply what you have to do is, you have to join these lines by using these points by using a straight line over there. So this will be your support moments plotting. Now we'll check your span moments over there, that is maximum span moments for AB and for BC. For AB you are having UDL over there, so that becomes equal to WL square by 8. W 20, length is your 3, so 20 into 3 square divided by 8, I get that as 22.5 kilonewton meter. And for BC you are having a moment over there, so for moment, maximum span moment, it comes equal to M by 2. So M by 2, that comes equal to, M is your 16, so 16 by 2, that comes equal to 8 over there. Okay, now we'll plot these moments over there. That is the first moment, UDL 22.5, so it will follow a parabolic path in outward direction over there. So this is 19, 22 will be greater than that. In this way, that will be your 22.5. This value is your equal to WL square divided by 8 over there. And in your BC span, you are having a concentrated moment over there. For that maximum moment, you are getting equal to 8. It will follow a triangular path of 8 over there. Maximum at the center, so this comes equal to M by 2 over there. And just what you have to do is, you have to shade the superimposed part whatever you are obtaining. Okay, so this will be your BMD by superposition. Okay, this was the simple numerical that I have conducted over there just for your understanding. In next numerical some more twist we'll see. Okay, if you are having any doubt again regarding this numerical or regarding any doubt from moment distribution method over there, you can comment me in the comment box over there. Thank you so much.